What is up, YouTube? It's Chase here, Hero X Cable X back again, and what I want to do is I want to talk about what happened last night. Last night, the Sony press conference happened, and they released a lot of stuff for the PS4, which was really cool. Released a lot of PS4 exclusives, a lot of other games were also announced, a little bit of the specs, and the controller was actually announced, and we got our first hand on the actual official controller. So what I want to do is I want to talk about that. So what I'm going to do right now, we're going to look at the hardware. The hardware comes with 8 gigs of RAM and processing power of 1.84 teraflops. Now, this was already leaked a little bit earlier, but they confirmed everything, so it actually looks like a very beast of a console. I know that Microsoft has speculated their stuff as well, and we're not going to go into them, but the jewel of what happened last night was actually being able to look, for me, being able to look at the controller. Now, they recently said that they were going to scrap the DualShock. Well, that was a lie. The DualShock is back. It's called the DualShock 4. It has a little bit more functionalities to it. One of my favorite buttons of it is the share button. It automatically shares and lets you post to other sites. Now, I know I saw Facebook on there. Don't know if you can actually post straight to YouTube, which would be really cool if you could. And I don't know the quality of it. I'm guessing it's going to be an HDMI quality 1080p. It should be, because that's what the PS3 runs if you run it through the Elgato. But I'm not sure. I'm interested to see what quality you're going to get whenever you actually share it straight from your PS4, which was cool. Another cool thing that I really liked was the ability to play your games remotely. Like, you can actually play with the PS Vita. Now, a lot of my friends said that you can actually do that with the PS3 and the PSP. I personally haven't tried it, so I couldn't tell you. That was a really cool thing. It seemed like they had these two great entities, and they combined them together, which was nice to see something like that happen. It would be nice to see it in the Wii U, but we already have the gamepad, I guess is what they call that. They also had a couple of PS4 exclusives that they showed off. One being a new Killzone. It wasn't Killzone 4, which was crazy because you think, hey, coming out with the PS4, why not announce the Killzone 4? They called it Killzone Shadow something. Whatever. Looks okay. I'm not too hype into the Killzone faction after they tried to claim to be the Halo killer. And it failed. They didn't kill Halo because Halo's still going. Another one was from the company of Braid. They're bringing their new puzzle game exclusively to the PS4, which is pretty cool and pretty sad at the same time. It looks like a fun game, and it could also make a lot of money on the Xbox. New Infamous was also announced. Son of Infamous, or Infamous Son. Looks pretty sweet. Looks just like an Infamous game. You get these powers and you can wreck, pretty much. Capcom also announced a couple things, which I was a little disappointed. I wanted another Street Fighter, but Capcom's not going to come out on a Sony or an Xbox and just say, hey, we're going to release another Street Fighter. So Capcom's probably going to wait until like E3 or something and be like, hey, here's what you've been missing. So we got a little bit of their stuff. It looks like a Dragon Dogma 2 kind of thing. It was called something else, but I'm going to speculate it's Dragon Dogma 2. We saw Bungie. I know, crazy. We saw Bungie on a PlayStation announcement. Ever since that fallout happened with Microsoft, Bungie has been waiting for this. Waiting to basically stick it in Microsoft's face, I guess, that hey, we're bringing our stuff to PlayStation. Now, it looks very similar to Halo, but it's made by Bungie, so of course it's going to look similar to the people who created Halo. It still looks good. It's a sci-fi shooter, and I'm excited for it, but I might pick it up on the Xbox. We also saw a new Square Enix title. Um, saw, and we had the brand, whatever the guy named. He said that we're gonna get a new Final Fantasy. A lot of people are speculating it being a remake to Final Fantasy VII, which would be awesome. I'd love to see Final Fantasy VII out of the polygons that it was. Still a great game. And we actually got to see some of like their concepts. They're still sticking strong to the motion, the Sony PlayStation Motion. They're still sticking strong to that. They had a couple good ideas, a little sculpting, kind of artsy thing. It was really cool to see and see how it all came together. And we also got to see a little bit of tech demos. I believe we saw the Unreal Engine, and it looked beautiful on the PlayStation 4, I must say. So that's what we got to saw. It was pretty cool, and we got a release date. It's coming this year, so holidays. So that could be as early as August, and I don't think they'd push it back any further. August, September is my speculation when it's going to come out, because that gives you just enough time to get hyped up for it for the holiday season. But yeah, my favorite part of the whole thing was the new controller, seeing the new controller, and seeing the ability to share stuff, and seeing the PS Vita get some more life. You know, what it needs is some games, and if you can play PlayStation 1, 2, 3, and 4 games on the PlayStation Vita, that's definitely bringing it some life. But anyways, if you have a comment, please leave it in the description below, or well, not the description, comment section below. And thanks for listening, folks. Peace.
Wolverine, win! Clash! Select your hero! Venom! You, Spider-Man! Blue! Green! Blue!
Spider sense.
We are Venom.
Ready! Fight! Good! Good! Combo finish! KO! Venom!
Venom. Venom. Venom.